towards it and encounters the leader, who shoots at him. One by one, those bombs are defused. Sylvia asks Fujikura what to do, and Fujikura advises them to first open it. Seika asks Sylvie if she isn't afraid, and Sylvie says she has already come this far, so it's pointless now. Seika is frustrated, saying she has a bad feeling about this. Fujikura mentions 3 wires, advising not to cut the yellow wire. It's a trap, and it's either blue or red. One wouldn't know which was the right one until they cut it. Seika is frustrated, asking why she should tell them now. Sylvie recognizes it's called a wire dilemma. Seika asks why she's making her do it, and Sylvie says she will think about which wire to cut. Seika asks how, and Sylvie looks away, which angers her. Sylvie tries to concentrate as Seika advises going with the blue wire, just like the traffic lights. MC barely dodges the leader's shot and he recognizes him as Arima. The leader confirms that he received word from his comrades and that MC became the heir of the Arima group overnight, holding a wooden sword. The leader points a gun at them, saying he's more outstanding, loved, and respected, and he can't help himself. His next shot would be MC. MC advises Charlotte to take cover, and the leader shoots. MC deflects it, jumps on the leader, and punches him down, saying he doesn't need a wooden sword, and if he wants to express himself like a man, they should fight with fists. MC acknowledges that he blurred out all of his thoughts and went overboard for a second. He asks Charlotte to save everyone, as Seika is still screaming that they are running out of time, and there are 19 seconds to go. She says she can't take it anymore and throws away the bomb. Sylvie cuts the wire down. Seika asked which one she cut, and she cut the red one. The bomb isn't stopping, and she is crying, saying she told her to cut the blue one. But the bomb suddenly stops, and Seika is relieved. Seika asks how she could tell, and Sylvie says it was her lucky color today. Seika says it was just a guess, which she denies. Sylvie says she is wearing red underwear tonight, and MC is shocked that only 10 seconds are remaining. He takes out the bomb and throws it away in the dustbin. MC says they are saved, and he threw it in the dust chute. Fujikura says thank goodness, as the dust chute of Arima Hills is built to withstand earthquakes up to the magnitude of 7. MC is shocked to hear this. From behind, Charlotte comes in to hug him, praising him. Fujikura is relieved, and from behind, Mr. Ishin comes in to praise her. Fujikura says she is unworthy of his praise, and most of the crucial work was done by Sylvie, Seika, MC, and Charlotte. They meet at the hotel. Fujikura says that the entire Arima SP team did a great job, thanking them from the bottom of his heart, as Mr. Ishin bows his head down in thanks, as Charlotte says they somehow made it, and they are so relieved. Seika asks Charlotte to calm down and listen. She says Hartman has apparently been killed. MC thinks she doesn't have to tell her now. Sylvie says he tried to save Ishin and her father. Charlotte smiles, mentioning that she tried to save her father in the end, making her happy. She has finally fallen in love with him. A car arrives, asking about Charlotte, saying they have come upon hearing the details from Arima and asking them to go back to the mansion. They ask where Alfred is, and the butler says they didn't tell Alfred anything tonight to avoid worrying him. Charlotte thanks them and boards the car. MC asks her to be careful, and Charlotte thanks him as she leaves. Seika tells them that Charlotte finally fell in love with him after he died, and that's kind of sad. Sylvie could tell that she forces herself to say that, and she isn't the type of person who could hate anyone. Charlotte is still crying, but the butler who boarded Sylvie is none other than Hartman. As a car arrives, Fujikura steps out and hugs MC, expressing relief that he is fine. Seika remarks how long Fujika plans to cling on to him, and Sylvie approaches her father, who is relieved that she is safe. Mr. Ishi expresses gratitude to everyone for their efforts in protecting Arima Hills. Mr. Ishii mentions that a horse carriage from Hazelrink should be arriving soon and asks about the princess. MC informs him that she was picked up by a car early. Mr. Ishii is surprised to hear this and questions if it was Alfred, as he only contacts Alfred. As they all react with shock, MC runs towards the scene, unable to believe what has just happened. Charlotte has been kidnapped in the car, and it is raining. In the car, Charlotte is with Hartman. He stops the car, and Josephine boards it. She inquires if they can assume they are halfway done, asking Hartman about it. Hartman removes his heart, and Josephine puts Charlotte in a chloroform-induced unconscious state. Meanwhile, Sylvie trains with her sword in the rain, and Maria expresses concern about her frightening appearance. At the social activity building, Seika's companions compliment the producer girls for their outstanding performance, predicting their eventual dominance over others. But Seika turns off the TV. Fujikura takes tea to MC in his room, where he is visibly angry with himself, regretting that he couldn't do anything to save Charlotte. MC is determined to do anything for her, remembering Charlotte's words not to forget about her and not to erase her from his memories. The discussion turns to the abduction of Charlotte, and it is suggested that whoever kidnapped her might also be responsible for the secret facility. One of the airport cameras captured the culprit, revealing it to be Hartman. The group realizes they have been completely deceived, as Mr. Ishii explains that Hartman's death was staged. Princess Charlotte is taken to Hartman, and MC expresses his intent to save her. However, Hassan advises against acting independently, stating that it's now an international problem. Sylvie agrees with Hassan, pointing out the uncertainty about the number of enemies they're facing. MC remains frustrated, unwilling to sit idly. In the present, MC looks at a family photo, remembering Charlotte's request not to forget about her. In school, Haruhiko notices MC's downcast mood and offers support. MC decides to visit the forest, the place where he first met Charlotte, reminiscing about their shared memories. On the train, Charlotte wakes up to find Hartman in front of her. She expresses surprise, thinking he was dead. Hartman, amused by her princess demeanor, reveals his plan to crush her dear friends, especially MC, and bring despair to the Arima family. Charlotte questions why he would do that to MC, and Hartman explains it's because MC is the successor. As Hartman departs, expressing his intent to disgrace MC in front of the world and strip everything away from him, Charlotte is left questioning the motives behind this unexpected turn of events. The scene shifts to Charlotte, who is being held captive. She is approached by guards who recognize her from Arima Hills. Charlotte, in pain, mentions how much they hurt her. The guards offer her food, and Charlotte requests it, expressing her desire to see the social activity club. In the social activity club, Sylvie says that Charlotte is being held on the Hazelrink Guest Royal train. Sylvie mentions that it's grand. Fujikura agrees, saying that the rumor is that the train has gone missing. But according to her reliable source, Charlotte ordered it to stop at Vladivostok. Sylvie recognizes that they can't do anything in Hazelrink and asks for information from a reliable source, to which Fujikura says she doesn't know, but this is the only information she has. Either way, MC is the key. Sylvie says that she knows. As MC reaches school, Seika says that she knew he would come here and asks why he's feeling down, skipping classes, and if he found a way to rescue Charlotte. MC says it's impossible. Besides, Vincent said there was nothing he could do. Seika says that if he's stupid, what if she's in Hazelrink? There is nothing he can do. Is it ridiculous what happened to his special training for the ball? Where is that spirit he had back when he held the party? MC says that those things are completely different, to which Seika says they are the same. Hasn't he always pushed forward recklessly? If he really wants to rescue Charlotte, then no matter what, he will do it, even if she's abroad. So, what is he going to do? MC recollects himself as C comes in to kiss MC. She says that he is still the guy she fell in love with. Sylvie comes in from behind, and Seika says that it looks like they were thinking the same thing. Sylvie says that she didn't expect her to go that far. Seika says that she saw them as Sylvie slapped onto MC, asking if he's so pathetic. Is he even the Arima she knows? If he's the successor, is he the Arim she clashes swords with? Is this the Arima who ended the long feud between Arima and Haojuan? MC asks what that has to do with this, and Sylvie saying that she is terribly disappointed in him. She will rescue Charlotte as she's on her way to Russia, with her first stop being Hazelrink. Seika says that she knew it, and Sylvie says that she's returning to her country to save her. She thought they could go together, but what a shame as she departs. Seika gives Fujikura the baton, saying that it's her job and someone needs to spoil him and be gentle with him. Fujikura says that she's better suited to do this, as she is not fit for it. Seika admits it's not her style, and she's returning to her country. MC says that she wants to save Charlotte, and C says that all that's left is for her to take care of that airhead. They both wish her good luck. MC remains on the bed, reflecting on the situation, while Fujikura enters the room to provide support and encouragement, as MC tells her to stop, and Fujikura puts MC's head into her lap, saying that it was frustrating. She feels the same about them taking Charlotte away, and Sylvie and Seika feel the same too. But it's not over yet, they still have time and another chance. MC gets up, saying, "So damn it," and asks why Fujikura is so gentle. In comparison, Sylvie and Seika are so harsh, and it's so infuriating. He pleads with him to tell her what she knows about Charlotte's location, to which Fujikura agrees. MC asks if they can stay like this for a bit longer, to which Fujikura agrees. The scene shifts towards the Grand Train. Hartman is doing something inappropriate with Josephine. Josephine asks him to call her Hartman when they are alone, stating that she is no longer useful to them. She mentions that the information should have reached Arima by now. Josephine says she will be just in the way when he comes, but Hartman suggests they can still use her. She inquires if he is still planning to marry her, to which Hartman says he's going to sleep and departs. Josephine grits her fist as Charlotte asks the guards where the train is headed. They are playing cards, and guard says he heard it's headed for Russia. Charlotte asks if they are going back to Hazelrink, to which he agrees. Charlotte asks why, and going to the attic means there is still a way to go, as Charlotte wants to take a bath since she hasn't bathed since last night. The guards agree, saying they have a shower, and Charlotte agrees to it. The guards are excited, and the scene shifts. Sylvie bids Vincent farewell, mentioning that she heard it from MC's head maid. Vincent is going home and taking command. Sylvie tries to convince him, but Vincent says it won't do. He asks her to stay in Japan, expressing his concern for her and Mary. Sylvie disagrees, stating that she is going to rescue Charlotte and wants to help. Vincent encourages her to get along with MC, and Sylvie disagrees, saying she will definitely rescue Charlotte and intends to save their country using it as a stepping stone. Mary agrees, saying she will be fine with her big sister and big brother coming too. Vincent asks her to listen just once and promises her safety in Japan after it, as Sylvie agrees. Charlotte is having a bath, and outside, the guards are too excited. They overhear what is happening and praise Charlotte. They ask if she needs anything else and peek in, but Charlotte shoots them down. Meanwhile, Josephine enters, strangling onto Charlotte's chest, stating that she doesn't understand the situation she's in. Charlotte pushes her away, vowing not to hide or run from it, making Josephine angry and calling her a little bitch. The scene shifts as Josephine approaches Hartman, who asks where she is. Hartman sees it, and Josephine says she spread the information regarding the train. Hartman says it's okay even if they are suspicious. This is the only lead they can follow. He thanks MC to come and take the bait. The scene shifts as MC is looking at a photo of his family, promising to do something as he departs from his room. The scene shifts as Mr. Ishin boards a train, and Hartman observes this. The scene shifts, and Mr. Ishin tells MC that he had been expecting this and knew that he wasn't the type to stay quiet when people are pressed or are taken. He mentions that part of MC resembles his mother. MC says that he has been thinking about this for quite some time, wondering why his mom fell for his father and that he's just like his father, which shocks Mr. Ishin. Mr. Ishin insists that MC open the package in front of him. MC opens it to find 1 million yen, the first time he has seen so much money. MC remarks that it's unexpectedly thin. Mr. Ishin notes that normal people must work months for it or go far enough to swindle others and commit crimes to obtain such wealth. MC agrees, and Mr. Ishin shares a story about a certain man who, upon easily obtaining $600 million, ended up destroying himself. Mr. Ishin says that when people obtain wealth, they lose themselves. He asks if MC understands, to which MC denies it. Mr. Ishin says that he doesn't have to understand now, just keep in mind that the real worth of his future is limited by his own way of life. He gives him a katana crafted by Arima Industries, stating that with this sword, he can cut through steel. He emphasizes that fortune is a sword, capable of bringing livelihood to others but also cutting through them. He instructs MC to show him what he will cut with it and how his use of this sword will affect the lives of all Arima Group employees. MC nods and bows before departing. Fujikura comes to Mr. Ishin, and he observes that she seems troubled. He asks if she's unhappy with MC going to save Princess Charlotte. Fujikura denies it, stating that she is merely his maid. Mr. Ishin says that he won't force her to answer but admits that he has thought of her as his own daughter since he took her in. Hugging Fujikura, he expresses uncertainty about what to do at such a time and thanks her. The scene shifts as Haruhiko is with MC. Haruhiko praises Arima for having his own private plane, and MC clarifies that it's exactly his first time on a plane. Haruhiko jokes that it might be scary at first but will be great once he gets used to it. Another companion tells Haruhiko to cut it out, and they signal that it's time to Seika. MC asks why she is so quiet, as it's unlike her. As Seika responds, MC mentions that normally she's pretty harsh with words. Seika asked when she was ever harsh with words. MC explains that that's exactly what she does. Seika calls MC a pathetic fool for flying all the way across the ocean just to save a girl. As he says yes, Seika comments that somehow that kind of ruined her flow. MC smiles as Seika says that if she were abducted, would he come to save her? Seika tries to cancel the question but hugs MC, expressing her dislike for everyone in the Arima family and telling him not to come back, just go somewhere else. As MC hugs her and assures her he'll be off now, she cries. MC departs, and Seika is quite saddened by this. MC mentions, regarding her question, that he would come to save her if somebody abducted her and would do everything to rescue her too. He flies off as Fujikura reports that Charlotte is currently on the Grand Hazelrink, headed into Eastern Europe, deviating from its route. They assume it is being controlled by Hartman. It might become an international problem, especially with the takeover of the Arima Hills. They have to handle this situation on their own. She would like to request the help of Sir Winston van